You guys also already mentioned it. I forget which podcast it was, but how have y'all stayed so consistent with like the podcast and everything? Because I feel like that's one thing like I really look up to you guys, where you've been able to grow this channel so much, and I feel like it has to be hard managing three people's schedule as well, and you guys all have busy lives. How have you guys been able to
Yeah,
manage that?
bro. I gotta give credit where credit is due, and that is to Fayed because he's the one that's been coordinating all that. But honestly, man, in terms of like the consistency, I think there's power in numbers.
Mm.
Because bro, like with myself, I have to force myself to to be consistent for my own YouTube channel. But with the podcast, with the brothers here, like there's no force, like it just happens, you know? And I'm sure they can speak for themselves as well. It's the same thing.
No, bro, you're right because see, and Allah Mubarak, bro, Jazakallah khair for that. But I wanted to say that most of the ventures that I've tried in my life, when it's not fi sabilillah, when it's not for the sake of Allah, when there's no niyyah with doing something for the approval and validation and love of Allah, it's always going to look like an uphill battle, bro. I've seen people that try to start a business, bro. I've seen people try to make YouTube. They've been doing YouTube for 10, 15 years. They still got 2K subs. Now, I'm not trying to, hate on them and throw any dirt on them. Keep trying, keep hustling. But at the end of the day, you're going to know if something's meant for you and you're going to know if something's not meant for you. And one thing about YouTube is from the jump, our niyyah was never about dunya, material gains, nothing, bro. The way we started this podcast, I'm sure you probably heard this in another episode or so, but this one time, me, Anghel, and Rami, right, the three of us, we were speaking to one of our friends. Okay, this is a non-Muslim brother, right? It was around the time that I was getting on Deen, Rami was on Deen, Anghel just reverted, mashallah, and it's kind of natural for the fourth person to kind of be like, I'm kind of interested in this too now. No peer pressure because we didn't want to give him doubt, but he was interested. He came to me and he's like, can I read about, should I read the Quran? What should I do? Is there any other resources you recommend? And what me, Rami, and Anto started doing was we started having these talks with him. I don't think we had that many, but what I know for damn sure is at the end of the first talk, when the brother left the chat and it was just us three, we just stopped and wondered, like, there was so much value that we ourselves got from this talk, even though we weren't giving da'wah to ourselves, right? But just reinforcing and just like going over things and just reviewing, different concepts. And it was just so much of an iman boost, at the very least, bare minimum, that had we just hit record and even one more soul would have tuned in and just heard the conversation, there would have been so much value and so much barakah they could have gotten, inshallah. So we realized we're going to continue having these talks that we normally have anyway, right? It's not like it's like a time commitment or a financial commitment or anything. We're doing these talks anyway. Why not just hit the record button and just post it on the internet and have a webcam too while we're at it? What difference does it make? We're still going to continue doing what we're doing, but now we're letting other people in on the blessings and the value and everything that they could get, inshallah. And that's essentially why we started. And if we renew our intention regularly, which it's, this is a reminder to ourselves too, we're not perfect, and we keep that intention, fresh and renewed, that we just want one person to just come back to Islam and come deeper into Islam. That was our niyyah from the get-go. Allah just over delivers, bro. That's the truth.
I love that. That's a beautiful way to start. SubhanAllah.
100%, bro. See, honestly, guys, I can't wait till they're in their own studio together. May Allah increase them. I mean, it's been long overdue. Guys, for anyone that made it this far, a loyal T3M family member, we are starting our in-person podcast studio very soon. First legit in-person episode drops July 1st. Save that in your calendar, inshallah. And brother Moaz is going to be back, inshallah. Bro, if you're ever in Canada, come through to the podcast in person. We'd love to host you as a guest.
What province are you guys in?
We're in Ontario, bro.
Ooh, okay.
We're in Ontario, but if you're driving up here from the States, it's actually going to be in the first city that you hit up, which is Niagara Falls in Ontario.